Yo to YouTube, what's up guys? Finally, I bring you guys the updated version of this settings video. I know you guys have been requesting this for a while. I want to start off by apologizing to you guys for not updating this and bringing you guys a new video, but I just want to let you guys know, fair warning, nothing much has changed. There are little tweaks that I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy learning about my changes. Let's start in the general settings here. As you guys know, I'm a controller player, but from time to time I do switch from keyboard or from controller to keyboard and mouse just to have some fun, you know, spice things up a little bit. One thing that you guys should notice is the field of view. The field of view used to be on 100, it is now on 120, and I still play on affected, so that hasn't changed at all. Brightness is on 50, horizontal and vertical are on 85. I feel like it's important for me to see a lot of the map, so I have it at the perfect spot where it doesn't block anything on my radar, and I could see everything on my screen, you know. Introduction is skip, tooltips disabled because we don't need those, subtitles disabled, color, but I know some people like them enabled, but I think they're very distracting. I use Tritanopia, minimap shape square, minimap rotation enabled, compass card, you guys see what it is, letters, text chat enabled, profanity enabled. You know, when things get spicy, dude, you know. I love the gore effects, they're super cool. Frames per second, I gotta see my frames. So with Warzone, there's a new bug at the moment where your frames randomly just drop, and you can't really know that your game isn't running as smooth as it's supposed to be unless you have the FPS counter on. Yo, Vonnie, I swear to... And you're not going to know if your game is running as smoothly because you're not going to have the FPS thing on. So when you have this on, it kind of tells you that how many frames you originally have. You'll end up figuring it out on your own, right? Because you're going to be playing the game basically on a regular basis, and you'll see your frame count on a regular basis. And on the days where you see your frame count is just not the same, you'll know that you need to hard reset your game and get back on to properly get the proper frames for smoother gameplay, right? Server latency is on to know if you're lagging. Same thing with packet loss, and everything else here is disabled. Show mute sound, yeah, I put that on so I know when I'm muted and when I'm not muted. Moving on to the graphics settings, I play on full screen. I got a new monitor, so I'm not using the Asus anymore. I'm using the Alienware 360 Hertz. Render resolution, I heard some people play on 200, but I think I'm going to stick to 100. I feel like it's a lot smoother, and anything higher than that causes a delay for me, at least from what I've noticed. I don't think that the crispiness really matters in Warzone. I feel like 100 resolution is more than enough. And also, I feel like putting it anything higher will also bump your FPS count, which will create more input lag. In my opinion, I think you should just keep it on 100. It's a great number. Very consistent, very clear. And I use it every day, you know, and I play great. So, aspect ratio automatic, disabled, custom frame limit. I have everything on 300, except for out of focus custom frame limit. Now, I know in the menu screen, usually it's irrelevant to have it on 300, but I know my regular FPS count on the menu screen. I know if my game isn't running smoothly based off the menu screen. If I cap this to the lowest, I won't be able to tell if my frames are normal the second I hop on the game. So I keep it on 300 to know if it's below the regular amount of frames I usually get. You guys can do the same thing if you want. Honestly, it's not really a big deal. NVIDIA highlights disabled. I personally keep it on enabled. I don't like the boost mode. I feel like the boost mode also creates inconsistencies. I heard Huskers and a bunch of other players say that there's no point not to have it on boost. Apparently, it'll just make the game run smoother, make you a better player in general, and it'll just help you in every possible way. There's no cons to having this on boost. But personally, I don't know, maybe it's a mental thing, but I feel like every time I have it on boost, I have a delay on my controller. I think it's mental, but I'm comfortable playing on enabled. I'm happy with it. I'm frying with regardless. So I'm going to keep it on enabled. If you guys want to try boost, Huskers recommends it. Give it a try. You know, he's a very, very good, credible player. And honestly, I gave it a try. I personally felt uncomfortable, but maybe you'll love it just like he does, you know? I think the display gamma looks better on 2.4. Streaming quality low, very low. Now, it's important to put all the details and textures on low because you'll get more frames. The more frames, the better your response time is going to be to the game. It's going to feel smoother, less choppier, just better gameplay in general. The only reason why I have this on high It's because it makes the... So when I have it on low, I can't see at distances. I realize when I have this on high, I could see literally across the map. So that's the only thing I recommend having on high, and maybe your texture resolutions if you want. I personally, it doesn't bother me, so I keep it on very low. Everything else should be disabled because you really don't need anything else. Anti-aliasing, if you have a sharpening tool on your monitor where you can sharpen your image, I recommend having it on the highest anti-aliasing. Just because I feel like it looks a lot smoother. But I know a lot of professional players, to get a better effect and a smoother game, they play without anti-aliasing. I just think the image looks butchered and it's hard to track people at range. But if you feel like you can do it, definitely turn it off. I feel like you'll get a better experience with the smooth gameplay. But personally, I play on SMAA T2X. It's like the best of both worlds, you know. Anti-aliasing isn't completely cranked, and it's also not too low, you know. So I still have a very nice image. Everything else should be disabled as well. Moving on to audio. Boost high. Not sure why my volume's not maxed out. It should be maxed out. This is what I usually play on. Gonna run through these really quick. I don't think that's too important, but just in case you guys are interested. Going to the controller settings. Tactical is my thing. I've been playing on tactical for a couple of years now. I love it. It allows me to do a lot of things that I wasn't able to do before with movement and being able to aim and shoot and move at the same time. Stick layout default disabled. Dead zone 5. I think dead zone 5 0.5 is probably the best possible dead zone you could use, because it's literally on the verge of having drift, and but it's not getting it. So it's like the best possible response time you can get, in my opinion. If you are getting stick drift with this, just put it up to 0.06 or 0.07. Sensitivity, as you guys know, my last video I was playing on 2020 sensitivity. I went on a rampage on the maximum sense, and I wanted to test myself and see how consistent I can play on a maximum sense. So I played on 2020 for a good bit, had my fun, and I told myself, like, hey man, I know I can play better on a lower sense. So I bumped it down to 8.8 and 0.95. I feel really comfortable on the sense now. It's also more of a competitive move for myself because I am getting back into competitive tournaments. So this is my sensitivity now. Also, just because my sniping was so good on 2020, I bumped up my ADS sensitivity for my high zoom to 1.07. So I get more of a fast snapping motion with my sniper, like I did on 2020. Dynamic, just like always. Vibration off. Standard aim assist. And we're just going to scroll through these. Contextual tap. It's very important you have the setting on for whenever you're looting. So instead of having to hold down square every time, or X for the Xbox players, every time you want to pick something up, contextual tap allows you to just click it once and even open doors with just one click. It's very, very clutch. You'll notice your looting and your movement on the map is a lot cleaner with this on. Armor plate behavior. I notice a lot of people don't have this on, but putting this on apply all makes it very clutch. So you don't have to hold triangle or Y for Xbox players to hold to put down all your plates. You just got to hold it down until the animation happens, and then you can let go and your character automatically just puts all the plates on for you. Slide behavior tap. I noticed that the slide behavior on tap makes it a lot smoother to be able to move around the map and slide. Another change that I made, automatic sprint. I'm on auto tactical sprint now. I finally, turned to the dark side. This thing is broken. It makes movement so much easier. It makes gunfights so much easier when you're jumping around a corner or trying to get away. Automatic tactical sprint is broken, and it's just way too good. I strongly recommend it to anyone that doesn't use it. I'm sure you're going to get used to it. Yeah, it's a little tough with the shotguns, but once you get used to it, it's very easy. Trust me. I strongly recommend it. And parachute auto deploy, I have that disabled simply due to the fact that it's important to be able to pull your chute right before you're about to hit the ground, so there's less of a gap of the parachute animation and when you pull out your gun. Because if you have your parachute animation up too long when you're trying to rush a team from above, they'll have a lot of time to aim and shoot at you while you're parachuting down. While if you have it disabled, you can go as low as possible right before you hit the ground and parachute and land safely on the ground and have no animation delay, where you can just pull up your gun right away and challenge the team. So those are my settings, guys. I hope I helped you guys out. If you guys want anything else, any other tutorials on anything, leave a comment down low, and me and my editor are going to check it out. And hopefully we can make you guys another banger educational video like this one, okay? YouTube, I love you guys. If you love me back, please get me 5K likes, 5,000, because I know you guys can. You smoked 3K. You smoked it. It wasn't even fair. I expected a struggle. Y'all smoked it. You were smashing that like button like no tomorrow, yo. Yo, please drop a like on this video. 5K, it would mean the world to me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope this video helped you guys out.